Alright folks, what's up, Can you hear me? Yeah, I can see that movement. Alright, cool. Alright, this is pretty hectic right here. We're going to check this out on this story right here in Politico. You can see that I saw the hollowness inside Andrew Yang's new third party. Now this story is actually significant because it's written by, you can see, I know because I saw from the inside, as the National Press Secretary. So we're going to go through this article right here. I'm going to talk about some things as we read it. So, Mary Ann Mancuso is a political strategist based in South Florida. Kristen Todd Whitman, former governor. Okay, this is a picture of Kristen Todd Whitman speaking at the Forward Party, right? So actually for Miss Mancuso to actually come out with this article risks, right, her possible future relationship with a lot of these politicians that have decided to, that their brand is now invested in with the Ford Party. Okay. When the Ford Party launched in and it may actually suggest that there's actually even there's factions within the group that are trying to do their own thing, and we're going to actually look at, what this National Press Secretary chooses to say on their exit. So, when the Ford launched in 2022, it defined itself as a movement designed to break through a dysfunctional two-party system that catered to the ideological fringes. Okay. To avoid the kind of rigidity and top-down decision. I don't really cater to the ideological fringes. I don't think that that's how they self-defined, right? You would have to show me that. I do see that they talk about a dysfunctional. They're saying that the two-function party system. Okay, I would say that's accurate. My bad. I thought you were saying that the Forward Party says that that's what they were. No, they were accusing the two parties of being ideological fringes. That is true. To avoid the kind of rigidity and top-down decision-making that marked the two major parties, Newman announced that there would be no traditional party platform. It was viewed as a vestige of the past, a one-size-fits-all approach that stifled democracy. I could see that state four parties would determine their own priorities, and individual candidates would then develop their own policies around those priorities. Okay, so that would actually appeal to a more Republican framing, right? More of a kind of a free thinking. Anyway, but the four parties making a dangerous miscalculation is betting that what a party poses is more important than what it stands for. Motivated by a tech industry ethos that considers disruption for disruption's sake a virtue, Ford is following a path blazed by some of startups' biggest debacles, Theranos and WeWork. I know because I saw it from inside as the National Press Secretary. And the fact of the matter is that when we look at the financial industry, and we see people like, Jim Cramer, like yelling, oh, buy, you know what I mean, stuff, you can't take this stuff seriously, And it's really sad how Andrew Yang's really being propped up as an Asian American icon when really this kind of disgusting stuff is going on behind the scenes. And it's just really not really indicative of how Asian Americans necessarily do things. And, it's just some corporate BS, Anyways, during the Trump era, let's listen to her words, though, right? She's the National Press Secretary. I'm a nobody, whatever. I don't believe that, but anyways. During the Trump era, I broke away from the GOP, this is her speaking, as it devolved into a cult of personality threatening democracy in our institutions. Okay, so I served as a national spokesperson, so she was a Trumper, right? But then she left, okay. I served as a national spokesperson for the Republican organization Renew America movement, which were to reduce political polarization. Okay, so that makes sense. I can say that's pretty relevant. But so they probably were paying her big money, right? Yeah, I think they're paying Lily Conway $4,000. We can actually look up her pay, right? Yeah. So let's take a look. Ford Party here. Okay, we're gonna see how much she got paid in a moment, right? So I think that recently I had a talk with Christopher Leon Johnson. He said he was like wanted to find out how much someone got paid. You might be able to find this information. Oh, he looked up some information actually. I do remember actually. So, anyways, let's take the Ford Party. And let's see how much they were paying their press secretary. Okay, $181,000. Okay, 1.6 mil. Okay. Other receipts. Okay. So, individual contributions about 72,000, but other receipts. So, some money is coming in from some source. Where is this coming from? Okay, Andrew gave 2,000. What is that? 25,000. Michael, I'm just gonna look that up really quick. James Robinson, $100,000 there. Damn, $100,000. Wait, didn't he give $20,000 earlier? How much money is he allowed to give? Yeah, Asian American Ford only gave $5,000. Okay, good to know. Interesting. 100,000. Sometimes they be scooching in money through different ways. Kristen Whitney gave $40,000. What? Wait, is this the payout or is this who they gave to? Wait, this might be receipts. Okay, this is who got paid. Okay, maybe. Let's see. Okay, so what was her name? Her name was. Could be them getting paid. Let's take a look. 100,000. So Andrew's cycling out $100,000 at a time. Could be. What's her name? Mary Ann Mancuso. Okay, let's go to 100 page. If you could find anything. Okay, 100. Nothing. Okay, when did she leave? Let's see. She might have left a little while ago. I don't see anything there, but it's just interesting. $500,000 from Charles Wall. Okay. Just want to see what that's about. Okay. Morgan Stanley lawyer Eric Grossman. What is going on? Not employed. Charles Wall's not employed, but he has $100,000. What's going on, man? Who is this guy? He's a scout for the Cleveland Browns. I don't know, man. Yeah? Anyways, let's go back to this thing. Okay, let's go back and see what this is. Okay. So, alright. Renew America. So, okay. But Renew America was swept into the Ford Party in July of 2022, one in a series of mergers and acquisitions of collapsing Republican reform groups that splintered off from the GOP in the wake of the Trump presidency. As they united under the new party's banner, the groups delivered their membership lists, resources, and even the political professionals like me, despite having no ideological commonality. And this is actually a very dangerous set of people, because the thing is that they are hoarding campaign information, and we are actually making that public with something called Rep My Block. But this is actually, a lot of volunteers are actually used by individuals to deliver membership lists, resources, and political professionals. You guys need to really start. A lot of people are like, oh, it's not my problem, and really what happens is that you leave people that are fighting on your behalf, you leave them all alone, and you make it so they must fail, and that's really on you. So you're gonna get what you deserve. Oh well. Cry me a river. Anyways, so now, she says, suddenly dozens of staffers from previous Republican breakoff groups were working in tandem with supporters of Andrew Yang, the former Democratic presidential contender and Ford Party co-founder, to promulgate the idea that political beliefs were no longer matter in a party, so long as everyone was committed to moving not left, not right, forward. Forward into where? Right? There's no clear direction. Right? We have been promised well, that's just my commentary. I'm back to her words. We have been promised our reform efforts would continue. Empty promises again. I have documented that this is how they operate. Still, they're doing this. I found an organization convinced it could maintain and grow its disparate coalition by not taking any positions at all. Its very existence was premised on the idea that in the future political parties will succeed by not having a philosophy of government, a shared vision, or even a platform to unite behind. That's not what I signed up for. Yeah, like, there's no reason to be a part of it other than, Yang is somehow involved with it, right? What do they stand for? What are they going to help? How are they going to help you? They're not, right? If you're working on this particular topic of importance, they're just not going to help you. It often seemed that Ford expected to create change through the sheer force of Yang's personality and a healthy dose of hope. The lack of core beliefs and ideas, it turned out, was precisely the selling point. If everyone continued to believe in the end result, the details wouldn't matter. And I'm telling you, that's a lot of, that's actually the grift right there that's used in People's Party, that's used in so many groups, and people, there's some really strong words. This lady actually, remember that Ford Party, we'll look at who the Ford Party is working with right now. These people, once again, are going to try to protect their brand, like Kristen Whitman. And we're going to have to, this would actually be potentially damaging for Marianne Mancuso's career, or she might be the controlled opposition, right? The thing is that there's always, right, a parade, right? There's a parade there's a parade of these candidates that are really just don't really care about, they're more interested in the clout than what's actually going on, right? So they'll talk about helping working class people. What about the working people of the Yang Gang, including the National Press Secretary now, finally, right? Yeah? Now that there's a pretty face. And the thing is that a lot of times there's these replacement activists, right, and a controlled opposition. So maybe the press would pick up her story. They haven't yet. She's on Politico, but she actually wrote this article herself. No one's writing it for her. Politico is a known thing, right? So I'm going to start seeing if Politico will take my articles, but I'm going to see if, I'll go to YouTube in a moment and see if anybody's covering this story, which I think is very significant. The former National Press Secretary of the Ford Party comes out and says something's wrong, right? I would think that when was this article written, anyways? 3 days ago, so it's not that long ago. At 4:30 in the morning? Hey, look, I am mad. Oh, she's from the East Coast. Okay, so she was either up early or she was up late. Anyways. Okay. Every all-staff meeting kicked off with an underscoring of maxims and constant reminders that we were building a viable, durable, credible new party. And I'm going to tell you that the truth is that I have a lot of experience with third parties. And I was there offering my services because I try to participate everywhere. And because, right, here, let's take a look. Despite the steady delivery of this mantra, there wasn't much internal understanding of what it meant, let alone a strategy of how we were going to accomplish it. Actually, I do have, right, when people like myself came in with knowledgeable understanding of how to get that done, we were swept leadership purposefully tried to derail us from doing that. And a lot of people who don't really understand that, they do this by really promoting people that really don't have experience, that don't really know what they're doing. And, honestly, I usually let it happen because I'm not really, eager for that responsibility. But the thing is that, but I do actually just, there's certain things that I warn them about that are going to be fatal to their operation, and they have a tendency not to listen. So, and it really, Just like this one right over here, right? Yeah, like it got to this point where now the National Press Secretary, I mean, there's problems with the Yang Gang were all outlined before, but even now, let's see, 3 days later, I'll see if any news is going to be picking this up. We're about to Google it. So sound familiar? So yeah, once again, these parties not really concerned with effectiveness. They're more concerned with looking like that so they can get the money, and then they buy the results later. That's their strategy, straight up, yeah? They've cranked the publicity wheel. They get the cash. They don't have the backing, but they'll pay consultants to do the work for them. That's how this works. It's just the game, you know. I could complain against the game. That's what's out there. You just got to understand it and adapt. All right. So let's just take a look right here. Let's see YouTube. Okay. What are we looking for? We're looking for Mary Anna Mancuso. I think I did look for her on Sky News. How did she get on Sky News? She had some kind of like Renew America. She had some type of position or something, right? That's a bold move. Oh, she's getting on to, this looks like, on Fox. She's on Fox? What? She probably met a lot of people being around the Yang thing. Okay. Talk TV. I mean, it seems like you're getting onto the big stage. Maybe. I mean, you're always on Talk TV. Maybe it's not even... Oh, Talk TV is your thing, maybe? I don't know. Maybe you're... What is this? Morning with Mancuso. It's the same background here, but now you changed this and you added this bar. So maybe this is your show. Talk TV is your show, maybe. Okay, we'll see. Shorts. It's not that big, okay. Well, maybe she would come on the show. I actually did send her an email, I think. I thought I checked her out, but, you know, okay, we'll give her a sub. Let's see what's going on here. Strange. Okay. I wonder what she thinks about DeSantis. We're going to have to see. Anyways. Alright, so back to the article here. Sorry about that. Yeah, okay. So now, sound familiar? Theranos, the now shuttered health technology company, also tries to disrupt the healthcare industry with its blood sample technology. I'm still, like, you know, thinking about, like, you know, is this a plan, right? Because she would be... Does she have... Why would she... She just might be bold enough, but would she really take on the system like that? She might get cut out from, you know... She might be a plant. That's what I'm worried about. What is the Sky News?
He kept top-secret documents, they claim, strewn across this house. Flaunted papers, they say, which threatened national and global security. When FBI agents arrived, some were even spilling over the floor. The legal jeopardy is cranking up, but his support, at least here, is resolute. You don't think that there's any legitimacy in these charges about violating the
situation? And I think that it would be in his best interest to actually cut a deal, because if he ends up going to jail, he's 76 years old right now, which means that he could ultimately end up dying if he does have to serve jail.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting that she was selected to speak on... I mean, that's cool, though, but, I mean, that's interesting. Wait, is this... Who is...
So he could die in prison, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to do that.
At the local pickleball...
So he could die if he now would going to time, and I think that it's
extraordinary.
He's staring down the barrel of some serious
court dates in 2 separate criminal cases.
Is it this lady asking the question? No.
The implications of this are extraordinary.
He's staring down the barrel of some serious jail time, and I think that it's finally starting to sink in just the gravity of the situation. And I think that it would...
Oh, it is her. Okay. So this is in Florida, because Sky News is in Australia, right? But maybe this is... No, I think this is in Florida. So interesting. I guess they have a news correspondent here in Florida. Okay. Interesting. Cool. Interesting, though. Anyways, we'll see if we can get an interview with her later on, but let's continue on. So she calls a four-party like Theranos. Remember, this is actually potentially pissing off a lot of these candidates here who might not be so eager to work with her, right? Since she's a whistleblower, so they won't be like, oh, she's going to do that to me. So, respect that move right there, if she was a bigger name, she might have more to lose, maybe. Maybe that's why she did it, or maybe she's trying to, it could be controlled opposition. Very concerning. Happens a lot. When did she begin making this material? Right? Was she a new plant? How long has she been around? Why I got vaccinated? Sure, I'll get better. Oldest. 10 years ago. God damn. Okay. Well, you're definitely serious about this then. You were a former newscaster or something? What is this? It seems like you're a newscaster somehow. For maybe local TV or something. That looks kind of really... It seemed like a newscaster, seriously. So I could see how you could parlay that off into a national press... What is that? National press secretary for the Ford Party? I was the national press secretary. Okay, that makes sense. You were a former reporter or something, or correspondent. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, I could see how that would work, right? You said, I know how the newsroom works, things like that. Okay, makes a lot of sense. But Renew America was with the Ford Party, and she was delivered, right? Yeah. These consultants are delivered in packages. And notice that people are outside the Ford Party having their own influence, right? People say Yang is controlling everything. There's other factions that have their own game, and Yang is making deals. It's not just him alone, all right? I'm just telling you straight up. I know how this works. We had promised our reform efforts would continue. Instead, I found an organization convinced it could maintain growth, to spare a coalition by not taking positions at all. Yeah, or read that, yeah. And this is it's shameful, right? Now it's saying she's accused of being like Theranos. Like them, the Ford Party promised to be disrupting the political space. The owners volunteered told us nothing more than it's new by design. And she continues on to beat them up. And then she talks about over here about how Yang kind of deceived his staffers, and that just showed his true colors. So this is actually, I think, pretty revealing. Like them, the Ford Party had promised to be a disruptor in the political space. The owners volunteers are told nothing more than it's new by design. In reality, the objective is staying in the newsfeed and wooing disenfranchised voters with empty promises of breaking duopoly, but offering no better alternative. I hope that the people, in the New York City, start listening to this message, because this is really true. There's definitely a kernel of truth there, 100%. There's definitely, y'all need to pay attention. And these Democrats, when's your event? Isn't that today? And then you could crash that. A CNN segment less than a month after the merger inadvertently provided some perspective. We know at the time that every interview would feature skepticism, therefore, was nothing more than a Yang vanity project that he used to run for. It's more than a vanity project, it's a money-making machine, I'm sorry to say. He's drawing out hundreds of thousands of dollars at a time. We're looking at the FEC stuff, Let's take a look. It's more than that, right? Look at all this money, right? This is a money machine. This is not just a vanity project, okay? This is about the money. Now it's business. Straight up. Anyways. Right, if she's getting paid, it's going to be hard for her to call that out. And I get that, That's why I'm here. I appreciate your work here. Oh my goodness. Here you can see when the Texas chapter's executive committee, consisting of local community leaders, oh boy, are you local community leaders trying to mouth up again? Are you trying to say something? What the? These national people, they don't like that, Oh, you done. Grassroots, oh, you done, That's why DGL 7 is done as well, right? Yeah, but notice that the press never covers this, right? Never, okay? You have these revolutions and these factions popping off inside the group with very serious allegations and claims. Sexual abuse, assault, right? Yeah. Has happened with People's Party, have happened in the Yang Gang, have happened in Republicans and Democrats too. And it's all kind of hushed up and kept out of the regular news feed. Y'all need to wake up. When the Texas Chapter's Executive Committee, consisting of local community leaders, adopted February resolution supporting an exception for rape and incest of Texas abortion ban, Ford's national leadership at Mendon told the Executive Committee that they were to set priorities, while allowing cats themselves to set their own policies. So the thing is, right, yeah, the candidates can do whatever they want, right? They, you know, I mean, there's rules are for some, but not for others. You're supposed to be the worker. Yeah, the Texas people, right, consisting of local community leaders, right, yeah. Oh, you work for us, basically, that's what it is, yeah, but even though, right, yeah, the candidates are allowed to take any position that they want and we can endorse them, you're not allowed to do that. But you have to work for us. Does that make any sense to you? As a result of this agreement, the chairman and several members of Texas Executive Committee resigned. This also happened with Humanity Ford Arizona, the largest Yang Gang, one in the nation that was from Arizona. And, because the press doesn't really... Let's see, okay? They didn't cover it last time. If I go to YouTube and I type in right here again, and we search... Okay, we see her videos. Is anybody covering this whole Ford Party thing, right? Yeah? No. Let me see. 3 days ago, I mean, maybe it needs more time to really get out there. Ford Party. National Press Secretary. Is anybody talking about the fact that the press secretary resigns and are making very serious allegations? They didn't cover it when I was making these allegations 11 months ago. This is 3 days ago. It's nothing. No one else is covering this, yeah? They want access to Yang later because they know they could get him a lot of views, so they will not say anything. That's why these YouTubers are not reporting on this particular issue. She's good looking though. Maybe somebody will hop on, either simping or because just was more attractive. I get it. But actually, this is actually done over and over again to control. It feels like controlled opposition for real. Yeah. Sometimes it is. I don't know about in this case. In this case, she's not getting picked up. That's, you have to put in years to not get picked up. We can see that her old work, just from studying this Mariana Mancuso person, what was she doing political work at the time? I wonder, was she just a, what was going on? Was she just a reporter? Well, she has some political beliefs now, right? But let's see how it started. Power play, tech take. So it seems like, some political, yeah. So she's been political for 10 years. That's, she's going to have, right, and that's already, she's on the news channel, so she probably has very deep knowledge then, I have to say, yeah, she's been commentating on this, yeah. Surprised her views aren't higher. What is going on, Mariana? You have very good credentials. You've been producing for 10 years. There's a gap. Hey, I respect your commitment and the way you kept going, right? 4 years and you were getting like 8 views and you're still going. You went through all the presidential election cycles, right? Through 2 election cycles, but never really, your stuff never caught on. What? It's very strange to me. Anyways, yeah, I would think, but you're still right. Your views are this low. You kept plugging away, but somehow you are the National Press Secretary. This is very strange to me, right? Yeah, I would just think that you would have a larger following. Just, and my audience, please tell me what you think about this, right? Something to me just feels strange about it. You let me know what you think. There's all kinds of games going on. Anyways, okay. There is some powerful truth here, though. And this is a very interesting story. So, yeah. I just want people to know that the staff, right? Yeah, once again, DSA, things like that, right? There's supposedly some new movement trying to be started with something about campaign workers, right? They're rolling out NDAs inside of campaigns and stuff like that. There's a new level of secrecy going on within campaign staffing, and there's kind of like backdoor deals happening that reveal a lot of the candidates' true operating methodologies and their mindsets and how they will actually do things in real life versus, right, what they talk about. People fall for the flim-flam for the speech, right? Yeah. You're going to see someone, you're going to know them by actually working with them. That's what it is. It's different. It's a different thing, yeah. So, I understand being united by spoken ideals that can be misused. And thank you for making this call. I hope that Florida, would like a ally in Florida. And if board party isn't working out, I have actually a very interesting coalition that I'm working with right now. So we'll see what's up, Mariana Mancuso. Let's see if she still has her contact information up here. I'm sure other people will be getting at her when they know that I'm getting at her. And, okay. So, political hype. What is political hype? Oh, isn't that your show? Oh yeah, political hype. That was her show, right? I saw that in the Facebook, on the YouTube, earlier. That was the name of her thing, like 10 years ago. Yeah, political hype right there, right? Yeah, political hype. Well, what is going on? From 2023. Interesting. All right, well, nice to meet you, Mariana Mancuso, Miss Press Strategist. Views are so low. You look like that. What is going on? You have big titles. You have large opportunities. Just very strange. I would really appreciate my other people check this out. Tell me what you think, right? Yeah. I appreciate this article, though. Yeah. Weird. This shit is weird to me. Alright, I'll see y'all. Peace.